volunteer to light a candle? We have 3 candles there. Anyone else? The last candle. Please be seated. Sadhu. 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 Spiritual friends, before we start our meditation, let's do our chanting. Turn page number 5. Salutation to the Buddha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. The 3 refuges. Buddham saranam gacchami. Dhammam saranam gacchami. Sangham saranam gacchami. Dutiyampi buddham saranam gacchami. Dutiyampi dhammam saranam gacchami. Dutiyampi sangham saranam gacchami. Tatiyampi buddham saranam gacchami. Tatiyampi sangham saranam gacchami. Tatiyampi sangham saranam gacchami. Page number 6, 5 precepts.
Panati pata viremani Sikkhapadang samadhiyami Atinādāna viremani Sikkhapadang samadhiyami Kāmesu micchācārā viremani Sikkhapadang samadhiyami Musāvādā viremani Sikkhapadang samadhiyami Surameraya majje pamadatthāna viremani Sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Affirmative vows based on 5 precepts. Being aware of the suffering caused by the destruction of life, I vow to cultivate compassion and learn ways to protect the lives of all living beings. Being aware of the suffering caused by exploitation and stealing, I vow to respect the generosity by sharing my time, energy, and resources with those who are in real need. Being aware of the suffering caused by sexual misconduct, I vow to respect my commitments and those of others. I am determined not to engage in relations without love and long-term commitment. Being aware that words can create suffering, I want to learn to speak truthfully and develop peaceful, kind, and meaningful speech. Being aware of the suffering that an intoxicated and agitated mind can produce, I want to develop mindfulness and heedfulness. Page number 8. Homage to the Buddha.
Iti piso bhagavā arahang samma sambuddho viññācarana sampanno sugato lokavidu anuttaro purisa dhamma sārati Sattā deva manusānaṁ buddho bhagavāti.
Homage to the Dhamma.
Svākkhāto bhagavata dhammo sanditthiko akaliko ehi passiko opanayiko paccantang veditabbo vinyugiti.
Homage to the Sangha.
Upatipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho Ujupatipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho Nyāya patipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho Sāmīci patipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho Yadidang cattari purisa yugani Atta purisa punggala Ese bhagavato sāvaka sangho Ahuneyo pahuneyo අනුත්තරං පුඤ්ඤක්ඛෙත්තං ලෝකස්සාති සාදු සාදු සාදු.
Page number 10, offerings. Offering of light.
ඝනසාරප්පතිත්තේන දීපේන තමදං සිනා තිලෝක දීපං සම්බුද්ධං පූජයාමි තමෝනුතං.
Offering of incense.
ගන්ධ සම්භාරයුත්තේන දූපේනහං සුගන්ධිනා පූජයේ පූජනීයං තං පූජා භාජන මුත්තමං.
Offering of flowers.
වන්න ගන්ධේ ගුණෝපේතං ඒතං කුසුම සන්තතින් පූජයාමි මුනින්දස්ස සිරිපාද සරෝරුහේ පූජේමි බුද්ධං කුසුමේන නේන පුඤ්ඤේන මේතේන ලබාමි මොක්ඛං උප්පං නිලායාති යතා ඉදං මේ කායෝ තථායාති විනාශ භාවං.
Offering of water.
අදිවාසේතුනෝ බන්තේ පානීයං පරිකම්පිතං අනුකම්පං උපාදාය පතිගන්හාතු උත්තම.
Offering of drinks.
අදිවාසේතුනෝ බන්තේ ගිලාන පච්චයං ඉමං අනුකම්පං උපාදාය පතිගන්හාතු උත්තම.
Worship of shrines.
වන්දාමි චේතියං සම්බං සම්බතානේසු පතිට්ඨිතං සාරීරික ධාතු මහා බෝධින් බුද්ධ රූපං සකලං සදා. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Page number 12, wish of well-being.
Namaste Mano Rate Nante Yang Yang Punyabi Sandang Vipulang Arantang Tansanubhavena Hatantarayo. Reflections on the teaching of the Buddha. In English, mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief. Mind made are they. If one speaks so acts with an impure mind. Suffering follows like the wheel that follows the foot of the ox. Mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief. Mind made are they. If one speaks so acts with the pure mind, happiness follows like one's own shadow that never leaves. Generosity, kind words, benevolent actions towards others, and equanimity towards all beings and all things. These bonds of sympathy function in the world like the liquid in hearts. One by one, little by little, moment by moment, wise people should remove their impurities as Smith removes the dross from silver. For one who mindfully develops boundless loving kindness, mental defilements are weakened and the freedom from clinging is free. All conditioned things are impermanent. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. All conditioned things are unsatisfactory. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. All things are not self. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. Excellent, excellent, excellent.
Good evening, everyone. We welcome you, all our spiritual friends, to our Wednesday meditation. Today, anyway, we had a chance to come to this place or come to you in front of your device to spend few minutes to practice a kind of meditation. Although we are having some busy time, some hard time in our lives, so we dedicate this time for our to practice a kind of meditation to observe ourselves and find peace within ourselves. This is spiritual practice, the spiritual development of ourselves. That is why we have come here. That is why you decided to join to this meditation today. So first, now we have done our chanting and offerings. The chanting especially help us to settle our mind and prepare our body for better meditation. So now we have done our chanting part. Now before the meditation, we start our meditation. All of us can rejoice ourselves. All of us as a team together, now we are going to practice a kind of meditation. First, let's rejoice ourselves. You can rejoice yourself. The decision that you have made to come to this place and to sit for meditation. First, rejoice that decision that you have taken by yourself. Deeply rejoice yourself. Appreciating yourself. Now you can make a determination. Before we bring our awareness to the meditation, it's better to make a determination. The determination is that I will engage in a committed practice. I will make use of this wholesome guidance, this wholesome gathering, this wholesome space. I'll engage in a committed practice. Make that determination now. With that determination, listen to the bell, and at the end of the bell, we can chant our regular chanting Namo Buddhaya together. Also as a preparation for meditation. First, listen to the bell until the very end of the sound of the bell. Bring your full awareness to this present moment. No any sounds around you. You keep listening until to the very end of the sound of the bell. It will also help you to settle your mind until the very end of the sounds. Be with the sounds. Just relax your body and adjust your body into a meditative posture. You can keep your body upright. Gently close your eyes. You can keep your both palms on your lap. You are in a meditative posture. Feel your whole body from the tips of your toes to the top of your head. From the top of your head to the tips of your fingers. Closely feel your entire body. Where you can closely feel in your body. The feet, how you feel the touching sensation in your feet. How you feel the four corners of your feet. The big toe, the little toe, the two sides of the heels. Feel them. All the way come to the top of your head slowly. You can feel the clothes that you are wearing, how they are touching your body. Anywhere in your body, do you feel that the clothes that you are wearing is touching? You can feel how your body meets the chair or the cushion, how the muscles are pressed. Observe your body and relax. Relax your body. Relax your body. Relax your body. Before you bring your awareness to practice meditation, you can observe your body and keep this posture. Try to maintain this motionless posture in the meditation. If you feel that you want to change your posture, meanwhile the meditation, just you can do it, but slowly and mindfully. Now again, you can take a look into your body, whether it is held well, whether you are sitting comfortably, whether you are keeping your body upright, chin goes parallel to the floor. Take a deep breath and just slow breathing out, relax your entire body. Now, it is time to observe your present mind, your natural mind. Nobody is there to watch it other than you. It is okay, whatever there is in your mind, just observe them. What comes to your mind very quickly. Just let your mind to occur any of these thoughts, maybe from past experiences, what happened today, what you are going to do tomorrow, what you are experiencing now. Just observe. You are not cultivating any of these thoughts, just only observing. You may have different types of thoughts. Mind is very quick. Thoughts are arising one after the other. Now you are observing your present mind. There are so many uninvited thoughts occurring in your mind. Now it is time to invite whatever wholesome thought into your mind by yourself. Nobody can do it. Just only you can do it. The familiar, wholesome thought that we are generating is loving kindness. What a beautiful, peaceful thought that we can generate. Loving kindness. Wishing everyone to be well and happy. To wish yourself to be well and happy and peaceful. Loving kindness. It is boundless, boundless loving kindness. The universal friendliness. Metta. Loving kindness. Loving kindness. Loving kindness. Make loving kindness wishes for yourself. Loving kindness thoughts makes your mind purified and make your body relaxed. You yourself can experience it right now in this present moment itself. Make loving kindness wishes for yourself. May I be well. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. 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 May I be safe. May I be healthy. May I be healed. Be healed. Be healed. May I have a happy mind. May I have a happy mind. May I have a happy mind. Loving kindness. Now, you can generate loving kindness thoughts, wishes towards your body. You can radiate your loving kindness throughout your body. May this body be healthy. Be healthy. Be healed. Be healed. Be healed. May I have a healthy body. May I have a healthy body. May I have a healthy body. You can radiate your loving kindness into your body, into all the parts of the body, into all the systems and the internal functions in your body. The skin, the largest organ of the body. May the skin of this body be healthy, be healthy, be healed, be healed, be healed. Penetrate in the skin, radiate your loving kindness into your muscles and the bones of the body. May all the muscles and the bones of this body be healthy, be healthy, be healed, be healed, be healed. Feel all the systems and internal functions in your body. They are even right now functioning for you. Appreciate the support. Deeply and deeply appreciate the support that you are receiving from all these systems, internal functions in your body. Appreciating radiate loving kindness into your body, into each and every systems of the body. Feel the respiratory system, the vital function in the body, the cardiovascular system, genitourinary system, the digestive system, the nerve systems, may all these systems in this body be healthy, be healthy, be healed, be healed, be healed. May all these systems, the internal functions, and all the organs in my body Be healthy. Be healthy. Be healed. Be healed. Be healed. You can radiate your loving kindness into all other parts of the body, all the sensory organs, the faculties of your body, including the brain. Appreciate the support of all these sensory organs and radiate loving kindness. The eyes, ears, nose, tongue. May all these sensory faculties be healthy, be healthy, be healed, be healed, be healed. May I be well. May I be happy. May I be peaceful, peaceful, peaceful. Loving kindness. Rejoice the loving kindness that you yourself generated in your mind. Loving kindness thoughts. If you may have some other thoughts and also may invade the loving kindness thought that you are purposely generating, just observe your mind, mindfully be there in your mind, purposely generate loving kindness thoughts again and again. Just murmur the word loving kindness, loving kindness, loving kindness, loving kindness. Meanwhile, observe your mind, whether you have any different thoughts. Loving kindness. You have concentrated your mind into the object of loving kindness. Now, you can expand your loving kindness beyond yourself. It is boundless, limitless. You can share the loving kindness wishes that you generated with the friends who are meditating here. Make the same genuine loving kindness wishes to the spiritual friends who are meditating with you. Share this loving kindness with the friend who is next to you. May these friends who are meditating with me be well, be happy, be peaceful, peaceful, peaceful. May all the friends who are meditating with me be safe, be healthy, be healed, be healed, be healed. Now you can expand your loving kindness beyond this room to everyone else, to every beings, visible and invisible, living near or far, without exception. Think about all the beings that living in the direction of your front. Now in which direction that you are facing. In the direction of your back. In the direction of your left. In the direction of your right. In the direction of the above and the below. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful, peaceful, peaceful. There may be so many beings, not only human beings, who are suffering in this present moment, anywhere in this world. There are so many beings who are crying, who are grieving, who are in sad, who are suffering from hunger, thirst, who are in fear, who really needs loving kindness. Let's generate loving kindness thoughts for them. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful, peaceful, peaceful. Rejoice loving kindness. Observe your present mind full of loving kindness. Sometimes you may have some different thoughts. Different thoughts may occur in your mind. That is the nature, experience that. And come back to this meditative object, loving kindness. You can make loving kindness either to you or others. Be in loving kindness. May all beings have happy minds. 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 Loving kindness has made our minds purify and has made relaxed our bodies. With your calm and peaceful mind, just you can move to observe your breath silently. Spend a few minutes to observe your breath, in breath and out breath. Try to keep your awareness in between your upper lip and nostrils all the time until the end of the meditation. If your mind wanders anywhere, just bring your awareness to the point and mindfully breathe in and mindfully breathe out. You can easily feel how the air goes in and comes out when you have kept your awareness in between your upper lip and nostrils. And also be aware of the changes which are happening in your body when you are breathing in and out. You can take a long deep breath And slowly breathe out, just relax in your body. And observe your breath. While you are doing this meditation, breathing meditation, after a couple of minutes, after a couple of breaths, you realize that you have come to your normal breath. Maintain your normal breath mindfully. Breathing in, breathing out. That's it you are doing right now. In these last few minutes, make your full effort to be with your breath. Mindfully breathe in, mindfully breathe out. Kappattaac Niddukkha Bhayappattāc Nibbaya Sukappattāc Nissuka Hontu sabbepi paninu. May all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are grieving be free from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Gently come out of your meditation and gently put your palms together and place them against your chest. And let's take a moment to feel grateful for this opportunity to have this meditation in our life. And also, let's feel grateful for all the enlightened masters and the teachers in the past who transmitted this practice, this wisdom to generation. And also you can appreciate the guidance and the instructions that you received for your meditation. And let's feel grateful. Anyone else helped today to do this meditation comfortably here or at your home? Anyone helped you? Appreciate the support. Even these non-living things that we received help. The chair that you are sitting on, the cushion, this bell, this device, everything. Appreciating the support we receive for our meditation. Let's say sadhu 3 times together. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay. Yes. It is our discussion time. Bhante Pema is joining us from Sri Lanka. Bhante, good morning, Bhante.
Good morning, Bhante. Good evening to each and every one of you. And greetings from Sri Lanka. It is so nice that I was able to join you after your meditation from here in Sri Lanka. Can you hear me, Bhante?
Yes, Bhante, we can hear very well.
Okay. Thank you, Bhante. So I hope that you all are keeping warm.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, it is quite warm here, usually in the 80s, and it's also kind of, in the morning it's a little bit cold, but throughout the day it is warm here. Anyway, I'm so glad that I was concerned about whether we have enough internet connection, strong internet connection to join you. But now I think we can, we can join and we can continue our program. Yes, Bhante. So for today's discussion, since we have been discussing similes of the Buddha, I think this week we have a special memorial week. Actually, we have a special incident happen last Thursday, I think. Not last ago. I think many of you may know that there's a famous Buddhist meditation master called Thich Nhat Hanh. Thich Nhat Hanh, and he's a Vietnamese monk, but he lived in France for most part of his life because he was exiled due to his opposition to war. And he was a proponent of peace, and he was against the war, even to their local authorities, and so he has to leave the country. So he established himself in France, and he started a Buddhist movement, and he taught mindfulness, meditation, and Buddhist teachings throughout the world. And he was one of the top Buddhist masters in the current era. So he just passed away at the age of 95. So today I thought that maybe we should focus our discussion on the teachings that he has given to us. Of course, he was sharing the teachings of the Buddha, but there's a special way that he usually shared his teachings. So in order to connect this, because he has an interesting statement, an interesting quote called "No mud, no lotus." I think you get some idea, right? No mud, no lotus. And we all want lotus, and then we don't think about the mud. But I think this teacher is reminding us that actually it is the mud that that give nourishment to the lotus. So in our life, it is the mud that brings us lotus. So no mud, no lotus. If you only if you only want lotus and you will not get it, we should be able to, be able to handle the mud, maybe transform the mud. So I would like to focus on that, but I would like to bring a simile from the Buddha that is related to this quote from this famous monk, Thich Nhat Hanh. And in the Buddha's teaching, we found in the text called Dhammapada, there's interesting similes related to this lotus. There, Buddha uttered a poem which has the meaning something similar to this. I think our Bantes here can help me to translate it. It's called even in a heap of garbage, a line at the roadside, it is possible for a lotus to bloom with fragrance and with beauty. So then the Buddha says, in the same way, it is possible for wise people, for people to rise above unenlightened or ignorant states of beings and then shine with their wisdom. So many of us can be blinded by our selfish desires and maybe our lack of knowledge about the life and the universe. But it is possible by following the teachings of the Buddha, following spiritual traditions, it is possible for anyone to shine above the ordinary state of being, like that lotus. So even in a heap of garbage thrown in the roadside, that garbage can be a place, a ground for a nice, fragrant lotus to bloom. So in the same way, sometimes we may complain about the society, sometimes we may complain about the system, but Buddha says that, even in such a situation, and it is possible for a lotus to bloom. So our goal should be like that. So that is the simile from the Buddha. And the Venerable Thich Nhat Hanh, used that simile, and then he tried to relate that simile to our own life. And what he really wanted to emphasize with this quote, no mud, no lotus, is to show the connection between suffering and happiness. Suffering and happiness. Usually we think that suffering and happiness are like two opposite things. And suffering is something like something that gets in the way of happiness. So we are imagining a life that has zero suffering, and any pain, any disappointments, any unpleasant experiences, we usually think that those are like opposite to happiness. Those are kind of blocking our happiness. But Venerable Thich Nhat Hanh taught us, following the teachings of the Buddha, actually it is those moments of pain, those moments of disappointments and suffering and frustrations can be the opportunity, can be the opening doors for us to recognize a deeper happiness and transform those difficult experiences into more deeper understanding and happiness. So in that way, he was showing that actually suffering is the doorway for a deeper or true happiness, not the kind of happiness that we think like elation or like excitement, but more enduring, more optimal, more stable state of happiness can be cultivated, can be experienced by using pains, by using our disappointments, by using our unpleasant experiences, and we use that experience as an opportunity to truly explore and then truly understand the mechanism of suffering. We know that in the teachings of the Buddha, in the Four Noble Truths, the Buddha talked about the dukkha, the unsatisfactoriness, or general, in a simple sense, we can say suffering, and how suffering arises, and how that suffering can be transformed or transcended, and then the techniques to achieve that. So the Buddha start with suffering, and then but he guide us to a transcendence of suffering. But first we need to deal with suffering. So the art of happiness is also art of knowing what suffering is. An art of happiness involved how to deal with suffering. And if you try to only to create happy moments and try to avoid moments of pain, disappointments, unpleasantness as much as possible, maybe by trying to change the environment or going to a more peaceful place, or just try to adjust those things, and that's not going to be practical. And so today I think maybe we can have a discussion on that, actually, how our moments of suffering can be an opening for us to have a deeper understanding of life that will result in more enduring, stable happiness. And so I think that's what that is what Venerable Thich Nhat Hanh tried to help people to understand, that if you know how to handle our suffering inside, and that very knowledge can give us a deeper peace that is more enduring. So in short, what he's saying, that we shouldn't be afraid of suffering. We shouldn't be afraid of suffering, because it is not something to be avoided. It's not something to be shut it off. It's something to face with patience and courage, and something to explore, and something to investigate, and from there knowing the exact mechanism of suffering. The more we know the exact mechanism of suffering, and we can suffer less. The more we know what suffering is, we can suffer less, or we can transform suffering. So what is really important is to understand the suffering and understand this whole experience, rather than avoiding it or denying it, and just use any moments of pain, disappointment, frustration, and whatever painful situation as a moment of exploration, as a moment of investigation, and understand the reality of human existence. And then from there we understand how our emotional habits, how our own habitual tendencies, and how our misconception, how our different ideas contribute to this whole mechanism of suffering. And once you understand that whole mechanism by yourself, and we can understand how I can change this. Because even this experience of suffering is impermanent, so we can try to find a way to change this change the conditions that gave this pain or suffering to us. So in that way, it's suffering is the doorway for happiness. What do you think about that?
Yes, but we think that so in this world, when we have after we have come to this world as a baby, all the time, I think what we are experiencing, although we don't know, we really not feel, I think, suffering. That is because I think most of us, when we just get our birth, what we did is, most of us, I mean, crying. The first thing what we did, we don't know, right? So just crying. That is,
Yeah.
I
I think we had to ask from our mom, what we did first when we
Yeah.
came out from mother's womb.
yeah,
Most probably we cry, right?
yeah.
Most probably we cry.
What
Maybe
happened?
just a bit. Yeah.
Right. When we cry, the people around us, they are not crying, right? They become very happy. Oh, this is a nice baby, like mom and dad and so and so. But we are crying. So we just started from crying. I think most of us, maybe some rarely we can find some rare cases, maybe a baby just would smiling, just
No, I think I think baby has to cry. I think because it start breathing, so it needs more oxygen. So it needs some more crying kind of activity to take more air.
Yeah,
but of course, I think when they change in the environment, and baby is in the mother's womb in a whole different environment.
Yeah.
Once you're exposed to light, the heat, all kind of new sensation, it can be a devastating experience for the baby. Suddenly, he is in a completely different environment.
Yeah, yeah. So from that moment, it's still I believe that we are still crying, but not like that baby. Not tears are coming from our eyes, but I think.
But I think that the Thich Nhat Hanh is teaching, Bante, that when we are going through difficulties, pains and suffering, and we try to avoid it. We try to kind of distract ourselves and try to find something else to not really face it.
Yeah.
So, but what he's saying that if we continue to do that, we will never find happiness.
Yeah, that is what actually I wanted to point it out here, that from birth itself, we have so many mud surfaces. There's mud surfaces where lotus can bloom, Bante. So many muddy, okay. I mean that the surface is there, the foundation is there. That means that we have opportunities. We have many chances to make bloom a lotus in our life. That means to find happiness in our life, Bante, right?
Yeah, true happiness is Bante.
Yeah.
So in other words, actually, any moments of suffering can be a learning moment.
Exactly, Bante. Yeah.
Suffering can be a great, excellent teacher.
Yes, Nancy?
Well, having been on the other end of the stick of birth, being the mother, it is painful. And then afterwards, it is very joyous. After it's over, when you hear that baby cry, you have joy and happiness.
Because the labor was over. You mean the pain of labor is over?
Yes, with the pain and of labor is over.
I think that in the deep sense of dukkha, or in the deep sense of suffering, when we go to that, that is also a kind of pain, kind of suffering, kind of dukkha, that as a mother, that is I don't know how to explain that pain. Yeah, but it is also kind of dukkha, but I think all the way, right after just get birth, I think all the way, all the time, suffering may occur due to that child. There's a deep sense, Bante, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So if you understand in the wider sense, even some joyous moment, apparently joyous moment, can also be a part of a more deeper kind of suffering or deeper kind of dukkha. But I think what we need to understand here is that how we can use suffering, to improve our understanding, our wisdom, our compassion, and how we can grow. So, because we know that, sometimes when people get sick, so we can even use our illnesses, our sicknesses, not as a moment to get depressed, but actually if we are, wise enough, if we have enough, guidance and, understanding, even any moment of sickness can be used as an opportunity for us to, deeply explore, what this life is, and then develop a deep appreciation of life. We know that, sometimes, when people, get cancers, and they become quite serious about life. And before that, they just, they just live. They just go for worldly pursuits, and they don't really think about life seriously, just, do day-to-day things and, quarrel and, argue. I have met, people who are going through cancer and other serious illnesses. Once they confront that, and they become quite serious about life, and they start to seriously think about the life. And sometimes, and those sicknesses, those illnesses has brought them much wisdom and even deeper appreciation of their lives. And sometimes, they get recovered. Once they recovered that, illnesses, and they have a completely new perspective of life, and they start to appreciate so many things in life. They become so grateful even for the little things in life. But if that person didn't get that illness, he will simply live a very gullible, the life, that does not give them wisdom and a deeper appreciation.
Yes, but and also we can remember in the ancient time when the Buddha was living, many people come to the Buddha to listen to the Dhamma. There were many people. Why they came to the Buddha? Because of kind of disappointment. If that people did not come across that kind of disappointment, sometimes they will not meet the Buddha. And also that disappointment was itself the foundation to realize the nature of the life and the world.
Exactly, Bande. That's very true. Very true. I think even many people find meditation after they, come across with, certain difficulties and pains and, all kinds of, challenges in life. And then once they find meditation, if they learn it really well, if they know the techniques, then that is like a fortune, like $1 million fortune. So they can use it, for so many things. So many people even, come to meditation, due to some form of suffering, and then they use it not only to overcome that specific suffering, but also for the whole life. But if people do not have any challenges, any problem or pain, they even don't bother to meditate.
And also we can think now why the light is get priority. The light is get a priority because of darkness. Because if there was no darkness, the light not get an opportunity to shine like that, I think.
Yeah, exactly, Bante. So that is what, Thich Nhat Hanh is saying, that, he's saying that even at one point he was saying that suffering and happiness like a left and right. And, and you can't say that I only want right side and I don't want left, because it is the left that makes the right, and right and lefts are interdependent. So even at one point, Thich Nhat Hanh was emphasizing that, we really need suffering in order for us to understand what truly is the happiness. So any thoughts or sharing from our group today?
I have a thought. As you were sharing a story, talking about the child coming out of the womb into the light and crying, and I was kind of thinking and recognizing that was probably my first fear and anxiety, coming from a place of comfort and safeness, to come out into the world where I had to gasp for breath or see the light or hear the surrounding around me, and how that had to be my first fear in my life. And I wonder, I'm a little off track of what we were talking about, but I'm wondering, is that did that fear stay with me my whole life? Did that fear change? The fear of difference, something, to switch me from here to there real quickly. Not that anybody did it to me, but I mean that immediate moment, this fear and anxiety probably changed. I'm realizing that it probably stayed with me most of my whole life. I don't know if that's a little off center of what we're talking about.
No,
Across my head.
I think it's related. Thank you for sharing that. Actually, thank you very much. So I think your question is that how, whenever we have fears and anxieties, and so how we can use that as an opportunity to even transcend it and even to grow it, right?
That and the fact that an understanding that I got from about having the fear and the anxiety, and where did it really come? Where did it all start from? Just could be my crazy head. I'm sorry, but it's in honesty, in my own journey, it's been a search that I've been searching to try to understand most all of my life. To relate it to that moment, it just seemed like a bug going off in my head.
So, yeah, I think we all of us can have different forms of anxieties. We all are. We all want to safeguard. Safeguard our. We have a survival mode. So we want to survive. We want to safeguard. Ourselves. So we can have different forms of anxieties for different things. It can be in different levels. It could be related to different things. Some people can have anxiety towards social gatherings. Some people have anxiety with regard to water. Some people can have certain form of anxiety with regard to height. And so I think each one of us have a certain level of anxiety to different things. And then, but for some people, they may have a more strong form of anxieties. I think one question is that how this anxiety is coming from. There can be a lot of conditions and reasons, but one could be actually sometime our childhood experiences can create a big impact on us that may result in a deeper form of anxiety later. But of course, it's one thing to understand how all these things arises. But I think if you focus on the present moment, how this fear and anxiety is arising right now. What are the triggers? What are the things that create that? And so, if you focus on any current moment of experience of that, then we may be able to get a good specimen and have a deep understanding. But anyway, and it's not easy. It's not easy when you start how that anxiety and fear and it can be so powerful. But I think with meditation, what we are really trying to do is not really in the beginning, it's not really to get rid of anxiety, not really get rid of any fear. We are actually creating a space together with the anxiety. When you meditate, we feel the body. And then and then we come to this very moment of our existence, and we feel and we create this awareness of the present moment. And once we create that awareness of the present moment, and any thought that arising in our mind can arise, but we can be a witness to all these things. I think in the beginning of the meditation, Bhante Metta guided us, right, to and to just watch whatever thoughts arising in our mind without denying, without stopping, but simply watch them. But do not develop them further, but just become a witness to it. So in practice of meditation, we develop this space, this larger space in the mind. So we can have anything in the mind, but we can simply witness them, observe them without being driven by them. That's a special skill that we are developing over the time. So what's really happening in our life, whenever we have fear, anxiety, or any other emotional states, and it becomes so big, we don't have any cushion, any awareness of it, so that the whole thing will overwhelm our body and mind. But with meditation, we kind of create a kind of almost kind of different part of the mind that can observe what is happening, and that can contain. So and then we create a kind of space to contain it, and then we, without being reactive, without being try to deny or react. We just observe it. And then by doing that, we actually reduce the power of it. And the more we do it, so we are not denying the anxiety, but we are creating a more space of the awareness. And the more we try to stay in that awareness more often, we'll be able to diminish the power of anxiety gradually. Does it make sense to you?
Yes. Yes.
But it takes time.
Thank you about that.
So if we use the today's teaching, so we can even use any fear or any anxiety to have more deeper realization, deeper understanding too. But we had sometime in the case of anxiety, it's quite challenging. We had to do with the proper guidance because we can investigate exactly. For example, let's say, can I share one experience with you? Just before I leave, I had to do an MRI because I had the issue with my leg. I had a small minor injury last year, and then it kind of came back, and I cannot walk long distances. My leg was getting numb and painful, so I had to do an MRI. So I had never been never been to an MRI machine. So for the first time when I was going to that small what do you call the small hole, and I start to have a strong fear, like that hole is very close to my eyes and my body. I'm kind of in a tube, and that was really a fearful experience for me. So of course they gave me a panic button. So when I was slowly going inside, I start to feel this fear. I feel like, oh, what's going to happen? Will I be able to breathe? And all kind of thoughts are occurring in my mind. But but with with our practice of meditation, we can kind of step back and let these thoughts, let these emotions arise, but we can also become a witness to it. I was watching, oh, interesting, what I am thinking, what is happening here, and I realized that I have this fear of being inside in that closed tube, and maybe some anxiety or some kind of fear. So I start to observe that. And even after observing for a little while, and I was having the fear, but I can contain it. I didn't have to press the panic button. And I was able to watch it, and I was able to observe it. And then I started to ask the question, why I'm feeling like this? Why I'm feeling like this? Maybe, so maybe I that could be my fear of death. So I thought that, okay, worst thing that can happen to me in this case will be die. So what's wrong with that? Right? And so I thought that maybe it will be more freedom than being. So I'm afraid of being stuck in this tube, but I'm already stuck in my body. So I'm now afraid of death. Now I'm afraid of the tube, and should I be afraid that I'm I'm it was very fearful. I was so afraid in the beginning, a lot of fear, but I was able to first observe it and then examine it, and I realized that it's coming from the fear of death, and I thought death is not something to be afraid of. So after a while, I almost fallen asleep there.
Means that Bhante, that's very simply what we have to say, that we can convert, right, Bhante? We can divert any situation, mindful when we have converted.
Transform.
Yeah.
We can.
Yeah. We are having some difficulty of hearing you, Bhante.
Okay, Bhante, is it?
Dropping the signal, maybe we have some. So, okay, anyway, now time is also running. So
Even right now,
yeah, we can conclude. Okay, thank you, Bhante. So beginning this
other part of the program. Yes.
Yes, Bhante. Okay, thank you again. From Sri Lanka, it's early morning in Sri Lanka. Bhante came as from Sri Lanka. So we
Actually, right now is 7:15.
Okay. So appreciating your support and thanking you. Let's move to the other part of the program. Page number 14. Transference of merits to departed relatives. Now you can recall to your mind any of your departed relatives. Let's invite them to share these merits with us, that we have acquired the merits. So we wish them, all our departed relatives, share our goodness. May they also be happy and rejoice our goodness. Idam me ñātinam hotu sukhita untu ñātayo. Idam me ñātinam hotu sukhita untu ñātayo. Idam me ñātinam hotu sukhita untu ñātayo. Transference of merits to all the other sentient beings, all the beings who have accepted and able to share our merits, may they do so. Ettavataca amhehi samvetam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabbe sampatti siddhya. Sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabbe sampatti siddhya. Sabbe satta anumodantu sabbe sampatti siddhya. Wish for the well-being of the world. In English, may the weather be pleasing. May the people prosper in their lives. May there be peace and happiness in the world. May the rulers be righteous. May all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are in grief be free from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Aspiration. May this wholesome act quicken the liberation of my mind from mental defilements. By virtue of this wholesome act, may I never follow the unwise people. May I associate with good people until I attain Nibbana. Purification. If by body, speech, or mind I have carelessly done wrong, I acknowledge them all in front of the Tathagata of great wisdom and determined to be heedful. Now this is our blessing service. Now we are going to chant Karni Amita Sutra, the discourse on loving kindness, originally uttered by the Buddha with great compassion and loving kindness to all beings. So we wish that may all of us, may all of you receive the blessings of the great compassion of the Buddha. With these blessings, may you all be well, happy, and receive good health and healing. And also you can recall to your mind whoever you want to share these blessings with, your family members, relatives, friends, especially people who are sick. Recall them to your mind and share these blessings with them too. May all of you receive these blessings. May all of you be well, happy, and peaceful. Namo tassa bhagavato arahatu samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahatu samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahatu samma sambuddhassa. Karni matanta kusalena yantang santang padang abhisameja sakko juca sujuca suaco canse mudu anatimani santun sekoja subaroca appakinco ca sallahuka butti santin triyoca nipakoca appakambo kulis Ananokinto nachakundang samacare kinciene vinyu pari pavadeyun sukino vake mino hontu sabbe santa bhavantu sukhi santa eke cipane bhutanti tasava tavarava Digava ye mahantava majjima rasa kanukatula dintava ye vadinta ye chature vasanti aviture bhutava sambhave siva sabbe santa bhavantu sukhitanta naparo parang nikumbete nati manyete kanta cinang kanci biarosena patika sanya manyase dukka minceye mata yata niyam puntang ayusae kepunte manurangke vampi sambe putesu sambhavaye aparimanam mittanca sambhalokasmin mana sambhavaye aparimanam uttang adoca tiriyanca asampadang avirang asapattam tintang carang nisinno vasayano vayavatam savigata mindu etang sating aditteya viharang idamau tinting ca anupagamma sila vadansanena sampanno kamesu vinaya gedang nai jatu gamba seyang punareti tena tanca vanjena suntite hotu sampadaye tena tanca vanjena sambarogo vinasatu etena tanca vanjena hotu te jaya mangalam Sabbitiyo vivanjantu sambarogo vinasatu mate bhavantvantarayo sukhi digayuko bhave bhavatu sabba mangalam rakkantu sabba devata sabba buddhanubhavena sada sunti bhavantu te bhavatu sabba mangalam rakkantu sabba devata dhammanubhavena sada sunti bhavantu te bhavatu sabba mangalam rakkantu sabba devata sanghanubhavena sada sunti bhavantu Let's spend a moment of reflection. Reflect your own good deeds, kind deeds. Whenever you have done whatever kind deeds, just rejoice those kind deeds. Please repeat after me. On this day, or in the past, if I have done kind deeds to other beings, with my body, speech, or mind, with a great or little, here before the Buddha, I call to mind those kind deeds, and let my heart rejoice. I rejoice in those kind deeds, appreciating the opportunity to be helpful to others. I rejoice in those kind deeds, wishing more opportunities to practice compassion. I rejoice in those kind deeds, resolving not to compare myself with others. I rejoice in those kind deeds, and gladly share this joy with all beings everywhere. May my kind deeds relieve the burdens of other beings. May my kind deeds shield me from all dangers and pain. May my kind deeds and merits that come from them help me in freeing my heart. Now you can recall to your mind a kind deed done by someone else, whether to you or others. If somebody gave you something, or if somebody was there to listen to you, if somebody showed some kindness, compassion towards you, even a simple short moment, let's rejoice those moments. On this day, or in the past, if I have seen or heard of the kind deeds done by others, with their body, speech, or mind, whether great or little, here before the Buddha, I call to mind those kind deeds, and let my heart rejoice. I rejoice in the goodness of others, being always ready to praise kind people, and follow their example. I rejoice in the goodness of others, appreciating that there are many good-hearted people in the world. I rejoice in the goodness of others, expressing gratitude for any kindness done. May the kind deeds of others bring safety and happiness to many living beings. May the kind deeds of others foster gratitude and fellowship among many living beings. May the kind deeds of others nurture goodness in me and many living beings. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you, Bhante.
Yes, nice to be part of the program. And Bhante, can you hear me well now?
Yeah, I can hear you well.
Okay, yeah. So, so glad to see you all. I look forward to see you again, maybe next Wednesday, hopefully. And I just, wish you to stay warm and take take care of yourself, and also take care of the center and these monks too.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
Okay, good night, everyone. See you later.
Thank you, everyone, and wish you all good health, both our friends who are joining through YouTube and also person in person. Okay, thank you. Bye.